Hello everybody, and welcome to my first FAQ video. I've started filming today because today is the first day in a week that my lighting rig, the sun, has been in an optimal position for filming, and I've also had time. It's a very busy week for me, got my brother's wedding coming up, it's almost Halloween, assignments, blah blah blah, no kids. Basically, thank you all for being so patient with me, really appreciate it. And thank you for a shit ton of subscribers. How many? Let me check. As of right now, it's 3.13k, so holy shit, thanks guys. I did not expect my channel to get this amount of attention, and I could not be happier. Thank you guys, really. So, I suppose I should just go ahead and introduce myself. You know me as JynxGod, my channel name, but my name is actually Rowan. I'm 20 years old, I study at university, I'm an Aquarius. Shit, what do people usually say when they introduce themselves? Tell you what, I'll just let the questions do the talking, because that's why we're here, right? It's a whole getting to know you kind of deal, like we're at camp and everything's nice, so why don't we, I'll bring up the post and we'll talk, we'll address the most pressing questions. So to start off, I wanted to address one of the most asked questions, or not even a question, just one of the most commented things I've ever had on any of my videos. I know what Vantablack is. I'm an art student. That drama has been around since I was in high school. I remember being 17 and in class, and people were like, oh, do you hear about the pink is pink and Anish Kapoor and the black is black? And I was like, oh, what's that all about? And then I googled it. I've known what it is for years, okay? I know what Vantablack is. Oh yeah, let me just hop onto the collaborative Word document that I have going and think, oh, a nice shade of black, what could he mean? Ah, the blackest black, Vantablack. I'll just pull up the void color on this computer that only displays this specific set amount of colors on the screen. That would be lovely. Thank you so much for your insight. I never would have thought of such a thing on my own, but now I have. Thank you, truly. Went to a bit of a dark place there. Let's continue as if that didn't happen. The other most frequently asked question I get on my channel, I would say a good maybe 40% of my comments are just variations on this question, so we might as well address it here. I obviously get a lot of questions about my gender. Yeah, but I understand why I get asked them. I am aware that I have a fairly, I was gonna say ambiguous appearance, but that's not true at all. I just act super #gender all the time, so I can understand why people would be a little, what are you? What are you really? If I were to examine your genitals, what would I see? There's nothing invasive or offensive about this line of questioning. In fact, I ask all my homies what their dick looks like. To answer your question, I am a guy. To answer your question further, in my channel description it says I go by he, him pronouns. I don't remember if hang on, let me check. What is my channel description? I haven't updated it for a hot minute. In my channel description it does say my pronouns are he, him. I guess no one checks those though, so I suppose that's to be expected, but really do check that sometimes. There's nothing there at the moment, but mayhaps it will give you hints that will allow us all to avoid this kind of mix-up in the future. I get comments calling me a gamer girl, which is kind of funny, so I'll allow it. But for all intents and purposes, yes, you will refer to me as male. To answer your question in a little more depth, no, I'm not cis. I'm trans. I thought that was obvious. What with my channel banner being in the trans flag colors, I thought perhaps that was something of a giveaway. I'm aware I don't sound like a cis man, I'm aware I don't look like one, so I thought maybe it was a little obvious. I certainly don't dress like one either, so I have photos of my more evil, insane outfits somewhere, so I just lost half my subscribers. I also go by they pronouns because I am non-binary, but I'm aware if people are given the choice between referring to me with him or they, people will invariably go for they because they feel uncomfortable referring to someone who looks and sounds like me with him pronouns. But yeah, like, tell you what, if you're also trans, you can call me they. If you're cis, you have to call me he. How's that sound? It's a nice little compromise, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and if you call me she, I'll cut you. We do not indulge violence here on this channel. You know, now that I say it, we do a lot. But we endorse only highly specific contextual violence. So don't take anything I say out of context, please. Oh, and to tack on to this, no, I don't have a dick. I just affectionately refer to my crotch area as my dick because it's funny. Oh yes, I should also mention I am gay, or more specifically bi. I do have a boyfriend, so yes, I've mentioned him on this channel before. He is the reason for me getting so popular because our conversations, Ace Eternified, are hilarious because he's such a funny guy and I love him. So yeah, I'm a man dating another man. It is gay. If you have any hang-ups about that, then that's a you problem. Like, it occurs to me that to a lot of you probably, I might be some of your first experiences with a trans person, which is terrifying a little bit because it means, oh no, I have to give you all the gender 101, which I'm not very good at. I would suggest further reading. I don't have any articles to refer you to because I just osmose information without citing it, which means it's very hard for me to write academic papers. But basically, yeah, just I know a lot of you are still learning. I know none of you mean to offend me, I hope, except for those of you who comment faggot on my videos, which is hilarious to me. Stop doing that though. Just treat me like a human person and we'll get along swimmingly. Now, I suppose is the time to actually look at the post I made earlier and answer your questions. So let's dive on into that. First question from Mochi. Hi babe. How come you're so talented and funny? How the hell am I meant to answer this? Although I do appreciate it. I suppose if you want a serious answer for how I'm so, inverted commas, talented, no, I didn't go to improv school. No, I don't take comedy classes. I'm just like this because there's something wrong with me mentally. With regards to the thumbnails, I do them myself. I am so talented at, inverted commas, talented. I'm so good at doing art because I practice. I literally draw every day. I'm still learning digital art and I'm teaching myself animation. Am I doing well in either of those classes at university? No, but I like to think I'm doing well, so it's fine. How come I'm so funny? Look who's talking, mister. I cut my toenails with a kunai flip knife and act like it's no big deal. That's peak comedy, man. I should be asking you that. I should never stop asking you that, except it would be annoying. I suppose short answer, I'm surrounded by funny people. I work hard to be a nuisance to everyone daily. I work hard. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, whatever. We'll go with that. We'll go with that as our answer, because that question is one hell of a doozy to answer. Let's move on. Who is your fave character on Ace Attorney? What app do you use for editing? I'm out of ideas, so that's the only question I ask, lol. Who is my fave character? Who is my fave? It's gotta be Edgeworth. Like, come on. The original gay man himself, what am I supposed to say? I'm a little concerned about what's going on with him in Justice for All, as you'll see in my videos. He is in something of a pickle, presumably, presumed dead, maybe just gone off to Germany again, who knows. I love Edgeworth. I've always loved Edgeworth since I first started playing, and maybe even before that. Design-wise, he's great. His personality is fucking hilarious. He fits into that exactly type of character trope that I think is really funny, where you have a character that's like really pompous and like kind of full of themselves, and then as soon as they're thrust into a situation where they're not in control, it just breaks down completely. The only other character I can think of right now who also fits into this category and who I adore is Vegeta, so make of that what you will. Although obviously I do love Maya. I love her so much. I will protect her with my life. Her smile is all that keeps me going in these dark days. Oh, and Gumshoe! You know what, fuck it. I love all the Ace Attorney characters. All of them are so goddamn endearing. I was about to name one character who's the exception, be like, oh, I love all of them except for this one. But there is no except. I think I just like all of them. Although there certainly are some underappreciated ones out there, and some that are very fun to hate, which are also included in the liking category because that's just good character writing. What app do I use for editing? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. I think it's expensive. I don't remember because I have one of those weird subscription dealies where like you get a package deal of like a bunch of programs. I may have had a student discount for that, which you may be able to look into. There's also a chance you can pirate it, but you didn't hear it here from me. Yeah, it's a really good program. I hear it's industry standard, very accessible. There's a bunch of tutorials on YouTube on how to use it. That's what I did. Yeah, self-taught like everything else I do, pretty much. Next question. You like jazz? Yes, I do. My brother is actually a jazz musician right now, jazz guitar. I don't listen to a huge amount of it because I'm a bit picky when it comes to those kinds of things. I love hearing it live. I think I much prefer hearing it live to hearing it on CD. The only jazz song I can really think of right now that I listen to semi-regularly is So What by artist pending while I look it up because I don't want to say the wrong jazz musician and get cancelled by the jazz community. Miles Davis. I had a feeling it was Miles Davis, but I wasn't sure. There's some really good ones out there though. Jazz singers are incredible. All jazz musicians are super talented, and it's just music to my ears, if you will pardon the phrasing, to hear so many extremely talented musicians come together. Although I'm not much of a fan of free jazz, because that is, like, it's artistically, it's funny, but I don't like listening to it. It's like, whoa, look at all these guys making noises together in a way that goes outside what you would normally expect from music. I'm taking a long time on this question. Maybe I'll shut up and move on to the next, huh? Why are you so cool? I don't have an answer for that. Especially since, oh god. I don't know, man. I cultivate my interests. Not in an elitist way, but I'm one of those people that, fuck was I saying? I have a very wired brain. Like I'm never not thinking about something a little too much. I don't know, I love analyzing media. I love media. I'm just passionate about stuff. Kids, there's nothing cooler than being passionate. That's what else am I meant to say on that? Like, I'm very flattered, thank you. It's always nice to be thought you're cool by a stranger on the internet. Like, genuinely, nothing gets the happy juices flowing. That's the word. Is breathing overrated? No, keep breathing, dude. What? I breathe every day, man, and I'm very cool apparently. Hey kids, you want to be like me? Keep breathing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep breathing is what I'm trying to say. Breathing is not overrated. Serious answer to an obvious joke question. Let me tell you about Homestuck. It's not a question, and the answer is no. God, I'm struggling to remember when Homestuck came out. I was definitely in high school when it did, and I did start reading it, but then, I don't know, I guess I was just busy with other stuff and never ended up finishing it. It was pretty funny at the time. I feel like a lot of it is quite dated, and also almost everyone in my immediate friend circle has read Homestuck, and they tell me adamantly, do not read Homestuck. That is their advice to me. So, no, don't tell me about Homestuck, please. I'm not sure I want to know. It's long. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that patience. Although I do adore webcomics. I think webcomics are a really great form. I admire many things about Homestuck, although unfortunately I'm not gonna read it. Like, at this point it's just not happening. Dave Strider though, he can keep doing what he's doing. I think he's a cool dude, as does everyone. Controversial takes, I know. Is it gay if you're wearing socks? Yes. I believe this is in reference to another Ace Attorney video, which I actually see recommended to me a lot, but I've never clicked on until I got this question. So I believe what this is referring to is if you wear socks to bed with the homies, it's not gay because you're not fully committed to the act. But if you are wearing socks, it is gay because you are committed. And to that I say, it's gay anyway because anything I do is intrinsically gay whether or not I'm wearing socks. So yeah, that's my personal answer. Although the laws of the bro code, or the broad, elude me to this day. There's such an aggressive game of no homo out there that I'm completely oblivious to at all times because I don't care about being perceived as gay. In fact, I want to be perceived as gay as possible. The same person asked, what are you going as for Halloween? It's not a question of what I'm going as, but what I'm going to. In fact, on Halloween, I'm going to my brother's wedding. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, I'm going as a man in a suit. I'm wearing a nice suit to a wedding. Halloween is possibly one of the coolest days to get, to be wed on. So major props to him and his fiance and soon-to-be wife for figuring that one out. Pass it on, fellas. It's also going to be a murder mystery party, which is fucking genius. Like, that is the smartest shit I've ever heard. And I have to write a speech for that. So for Halloween, I'm going as a stressed man in a suit with a poorly planned speech. We'll figure it out. If I weren't doing any of that, I would probably just be going as a mall goth because I like that fashion. I like being evil. It's fun. Are you gay? Yes. Ooh, we got a couple here. So this one asked, what are some of your favorite pieces of media? If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what animal would you pick? Would you rather lose all your memories or lose all your mobility? You can regain memories and mobility, but it would take rigorous training and therapy. Ooh, okay. Let me think about that for a second. What are some of your favorite pieces of media? Holy shit, where do I begin? So, as I've possibly brought up in my videos before, it is extremely likely that I have some form of unmedicated, untreated ADHD, which means when I have interests with a capital I. So don't even get me started is what I'm saying. But that being said, you have got me started. You did this. So now I'm going to talk about, I'm gonna list. I'm not gonna talk about them because we'd be here forever. But I'm gonna list some pieces of media I'm interested in. And I'm gonna read them off the list that I've written down because I forget. Even I get so excited I forget them sometimes. Let's have a look. I like Dragon Ball Z. I like Half-Life now. It's one of those things where you can feel it becoming a rapid interest, like I've already absorbed information from very different sources. Thanks, in no small part, to Wayne Radio TV and the crew's Half-Life, but the, Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware series, which I highly recommend. I'm super into that as well. I also like the Magnus Archives and tangentially, is that how you say it? I also am a big fan of the Mechanisms. I got into both of those recently-ish, again, not as long as some people, but I love the Mechanisms. Their albums are all on Spotify and they have a bunch of live shows on YouTube. I encourage you to check them out. They're a band, by the way. Don't know if I said that, but they are. Listen to their stuff, really, really good. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I am a fan of JoJo's. Surprise, what gave it away, all the references. I barely hold myself back from making in every other video. Incidentally, my favorite part is part 3 because I like gay road trips. I just think that's fun. Oh boy, I don't even know if I could bring myself to say this one, but BBC Merlin. Actually, you know what? I'm owning it. That's a really good series, and I'm sad it ended the way it did, and I'm sad it ended in general. Really good, solid cheese. Like, it's, like, is it an excellently written show? Not all the time, but I enjoy it, so shut up. In terms of games, I like Animal Crossing, Legend of Zelda, some Mario games, not all of them. Pokemon, of course, although not really the later games for reasons I don't want to get into. Did I say Five Nights at Freddy's? That series is a big fixation. Aoni, I'm really into that. I really like that series a lot. I'm aware it's not super good, but I like what I like. I do not control the obsession. The obsession controls me, unfortunately. Ace Attorney. For whatever reason I didn't mention Ace Attorney or Ghost Trick, but I really like both those series. Excellent. Really excellent. I'm also a minor enthusiast of Sonic the Hedgehog. No one could have guessed this about me, though. I keep it under tight lock and key, this information. Oh, I forgot to mention it, but Game Grumps, I do watch them a lot. Obviously, I made a compilation of my channel. It's probably of something that I like. Yeah. There's a lot more that I'm not thinking of right now. I also have a huge reading list of classics that will make me sound like an English teacher. But if ever there was something I'm obsessed with, I will let you know, because it will begin to take over every facet of my life the instant I begin to like it. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about all that shit. Wow, really appreciate it, genuinely. Don't even get me started, but do get me started. If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what animal would you pick? My own cat. I love him to death. You've seen him on the YouTube channel a couple times before. I suppose that's not the answer you're looking for though. If I could legally have like any creature and also the resources with which to take care of it, probably a snake. I would feel bad feeding it mice, but snakes are just fucking cool. I just like the way they grip you. You hold them and they hold you back. I think that's cool. Would you rather lose all your memories or lose all your mobility? Mobility, for sure. Like, physical therapy I can do, okay? Like, I can push myself through that. Therapy for regaining memories, that's a little more esoteric, and I'm not sure how well that would go. And it would also come with a host of psychological issues, like how would you ever know if you regained everything? Whereas with your mobility, there's a very clear reference point for that, I would think. Also, I don't move around a whole lot in my daily life anyway, so it wouldn't be as huge of a loss as losing all my memories, which would be an unimaginably tragic event. So, yeah, that's my answer for you. Interesting question though. What's your favorite movie? Oh shit, dude. I don't know. In terms of movie I've watched the most often, or like most repeatedly, probably Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I almost have the script for that memorized. Same with The Incredibles, the original one. I just can't think of any right now, although I should say I'm a big fan of horror films. I love horror as a genre. The film that scared me the most when I was watching was It Follows. Soundtrack for that's really good. And one of my favorite horror films just to watch is The Shining. I think it's really solid adaptation of the book as well. Don't even get me started on the miniseries, that sucked ass, and it was a perfect... Yeah, we're not gonna get started on, okay? I could be talking here forever about The Shining. There are multiple documentaries about it. People like The Shining, I like The Shining. It's a good movie, let's move on. I'm out of ideas, but here's a question. What's your favorite meme? Well, thank you. I don't know. Whatever I say is gonna date this video horrendously, but I suppose one thing I do a lot is, even your comment remind me, is like this. I think this is really funny. There's just something incredibly funny about doing this. Like, it's I don't even know if that showed up on camera, but it's just instant comedy. Like, I don't know, it's hilarious. Again, this is gonna date the video horribly, and even now it's sort of going out of fashion, but I do still like Shock Pikachu. I think that's just really funny. Well, not really funny, I just like seeing him. And it looks like that's everything. So thank you all very much for joining me on this deviation from the formula. I will be quite busy in the coming weeks, so my upload schedule may be a little weird. We'll see. I'm also thinking of playing some games that are a little more Halloween kind of inspired, so hey, if you have any suggestions, comment please. I love hearing from you guys. I do read every comment, by the way. Do appreciate it. Makes me very happy, so please continue doing it. I never say this, but like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, Halloween games. I'd be happy to take any suggestions. I like taking suggestions for games anyway. Although probably make it a shorter one, because I've already got 2 video series going at once right now, and I don't want my uploading schedule to be too weird, basically. I'll prefer to keep it relatively simple. So if you have any like one-offs or something you'd be interested to recommend to me, I'll definitely look into it. I also have a few things in my Steam library I should probably look into as well. So with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your lovely comments, for continuing to support me. It means the world. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!